Hello, hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oh, wait. YouTube says it's still sending data. Hang on. Okay, we're good. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're back with some more Science Gates. Last time we left off with Mayuri getting literally shot in the head and just dead on the ground, bleeding out. And then Suzu came in and suddenly acted like a total badass, taking down all the big buff armed guys. And now we've leaped to the past. We use the machine in the phone wave named subject to change, or the time leap machine, and have leaped back to the past in the hopes of saving her. Let's see if we can succeed in that, shall we? Mayuri? Mayuri? No matter how many times I call her name, Mayuri doesn't answer. Mayuri is standing in front of a grave, gazing at the sky. The grave belongs to her grandmother, who died when Mayuri was 11 years old. Her parents were always busy with work, so her grandmother was her only companion. I was close to Mayuri's family, so her death was sad for me too. At the wake, I'd expected Mayuri to break down and cry. She didn't. Instead, she spent the whole time gazing vacantly at her grandmother's memorial portrait. 6 months went by. I'd advanced to middle school, so Mayuri and I no longer commuted together. But whenever I passed the cemetery on the way home, Mayuri would always be standing there. Every day, rain or shine, she would stand for hours before the grave, staring wordlessly at the sky as if she could see her grandmother in heaven. In her hands, an old pocket watch. The watch had belonged to her grandmother. Mayuri always held it when visiting the grave. Mayuri? No matter how many times I called her name, Mayuri did not answer. Back then, Mayuri wouldn't talk to anyone. Not to me, not even to her parents. Whenever I saw her standing there, staring at the sky, I felt unease grip my heart. Her gaze was so earnest, her intentions so pure, that I feared some power might grant her wish and carry her off to heaven to join her beloved grandmother. And so, to ensure that nothing like that happened, I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day. I would stand next to the sky-gazing Mayuri and call her name. What a nice guy. He really does care about her. Mayuri? But no matter how many times I'd call her, Mayuri wouldn't reply. The only sound in the lonely cemetery was the echo of my voice, calling her name. It was raining that day, too. Mayuri had a light blue umbrella. In contrast to the umbrella's color, the sky was glazed gray, covered in clouds. After a while, the rain stopped. Rays of light shone through gaps in the clouds, a stunningly beautiful sight. Rembrandt's rays, they are called, or sometimes the angel's ladder. Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the cemetery. It caught Mayuri's umbrella and carried it into the sky. Mayuri seemed not to notice. She kept staring at the sky. And then, slowly, so very slowly, she stretched her hand out to the sky. as if to grasp the rays of light, as if her grandmother were reaching down to pull her up. And then she lifted herself on her toes. To me, it looked as if she were floating up towards heaven. Impulsively, I grabbed Mayuri's outstretched hand and pulled her into my embrace. In retrospect, my fears were just a childish fantasy, but at the time, I truly believed that Mayuri might vanish.
どこにも行かせないぞ。
I won't let you go.
連れてなんて。
I won't let anyone take you away. I realized how embarrassing the words coming from my own mouth were.
マユリは俺の人質だ。
These words or the previous words? Talking about these words, I get it. That explains why he calls her a hostage now, I suppose. You're my hostage now. My guinea pig. Was the first excuse that came to mind. Before her grandmother died, Mayuri and I were fans of a popular TV series about costume heroes battling evil. Oh, don't tell me this whole thing is just because of Mayuri. So he committed to it so much that he does it even when she's not around. But she's the reason. I particularly admired the villain, a mad scientist. I even got pretty good at mimicking his lines. Now I was doing it to hide my embarrassment. You got embarrassed, so you just committed to it full stop. Okay, cool. I could feel my face growing red, but I kept up the mad scientist act all the same. If nothing else, it was better than admitting my... sorry, I keep yawning. It's very late for me. If nothing else, it was better than admitting my insecurities.
どこにも逃がさないからな。
There is no escaping me. Hey, Dino. Welcome in. Congrats on first. How are you today, Dino? As I said this, I realized that Mayuri was shaking. I'm doing good. A little bit sleepy, but I'm doing good. She whispered. It was the first time in 6 months that I had heard her speak. Her voice was choked with tears. I'm a lurk again for my finals. Good luck with your finals, Dino. I hope you do pass. Mayushi's your hostage. I guess I'm stuck here, huh? She smiled happily. Tears fell from her eyes. And then, Mayuri buried her face in my chest. Where am I? Who am I? I can't see. I can barely think. A terrible screech fills my head, like feedback from a giant speaker. Okay, damn. I'm assuming that's the combination of the overriding of his memories, probably, right? It penetrates my brain like 100 sharp needles, stabbing me right behind the eyes. I thought brains weren't supposed to feel pain. Okabe? Someone's calling out to us? So I guess you could say he's got a splitting headache. And there's more. I feel a shiver of pleasure beneath the pain, and a terrible itching like my body is on fire. I want to crack open my skull and tear out my brain. I want to scrape out my soft gray matter with my fingers and eat it. Excuse me? Huh? The assault on my brain is driving me crazy. Who am I? Okabe, what's wrong with you? Ah. Suddenly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. I slowly come back to my senses. I'm in the lab, standing in front of the phone wave named subject to change, with my cell phone to my ear. No, not the phone wave named subject to change. Since headgear is attached to it, it's the time leap machine. It's hard to breathe. Give me oxygen. I hear a low, wheezing groan and realize it's coming from my own throat. I close my mouth, then take a deep breath. The insides of my throat feel like they're burning. I resist the urge to cough and continue filling my lungs with air. I notice that I'm drenched in sweat. The drops sliding down my forehead are annoying. I try to wipe them away with the back of my right hand. My hand obeys, slowly. Something is off. It's like my body and my mind aren't totally in sync with each other. Almost as if this isn't really my body. As if my nerves aren't communicating properly with my extremities. I try blinking slowly. This might just be my imagination. Could this be exhaustion? I haven't slept much lately. I try to move my hand again. There is no disconnect this time. This is my body. Okabe, are you listening? A familiar voice. I turn around slowly. Kurisu is there. She stares at me, perplexed. What was all that screaming for? What is she talking about? Are you sick? I try answering, but my voice doesn't work too well. Even more bewildered, I clear my throat several times. Let me drink some water. No, I'm fine. Then get ready to go already. We're going shopping, remember? Shopping? For what? I search my memories. The moment I do, images appear in my mind like a string of exploding light bulbs. Humans are temporal beings. But now you're fine. Oh, did we have to remember this? Are you sure about this? Really? I remember now. I used the time leap machine. You'll remember the future. That's right. What am I standing around for?
ここは
Where am I?
ここだ。
は
I grab Karisu's shoulders and pull her close.
今は何時だ。
What time is it now?
何時の何時
What
なんだ
month? What day? Hey, that hurts.
落ち着け。
Calm down.
落ち着いていられるか。
How can I be calm? Shopping? You said we're going shopping? Which shopping trip is she talking about? Daru is sitting at his computer, staring at us wide-eyed.
ダル、今日
Daru,
は何日だ。
what day is
今
it?
は何時なんだ。
What time is it? Well, it's the 13th. A little past 5. Oh, it's past midnight. It's midnight. It's 12:08 a.m., so it's the 13th for me as well, actually. Friday the 13th. The 13th. A little past 5.
成功
Oh, yeah, Friday the 13th. Okay.
したのか。
Did it work? Did I manage to time leap in the middle of all that chaos? Did my memories really jump through time? Does that mean I've leapt into my past self? Is there a chance that it was all a dream? Thinking back, forward, it doesn't seem real. Commandos breaking into the lab. It's like something out of a Hollywood movie. But the sight of Mayuri, broken and bloody, is burned into my eyes. I remember the smell of the blood, the sound of the gunshot, the weight of the headgear on my head, the pain of the bullet tearing through my arm, Karisu screaming, Suzuha fighting to defend us. Wait, oh yeah. I remember it all vividly. I touch my arm. No bullet holes, no pain, even. Was it all a dream? I don't know. I've never time leapt before. I can only hope that it was a dream. A future like that is too much to bear. I recall Mayuri's last moments and my eyes fill with tears. I force the tide of emotion back. I wonder, if she shows up, is he gonna hug her?
参りは
Where's Mayuri? I look around the lab. Karisu and Daru are here. But I can't find Mayuri. Probably at the convenience store. Where's Mayuri? She just left saying she was going to Luka Shi's place. Weren't you listening? Well, that's right. Mayuri went to beg Lukako to wear her costume. She won't return until it's time for the party. What do I do? What do I believe? Was it a dream? Or was it real? If it was a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. If it was real, then I need to act. Now. Phew. I take a deep breath.
あれは
It must have been a dream.
本物の
There's no way something like that could really happen. It was a nightmare, brought on by anxiety. That's all. There's no other logical explanation. You built a time machine of sorts, and you're gonna... bruh. I desperately persuade myself that it's so. And you fail, right? Little do I know that I will soon regret my foolishness. Okay, this is probably why he handed the winning numbers to Lukako, right? Because even though it was a text message sent to himself by himself, from himself, he just didn't trust it, right? Karisu goes shopping alone. I stay in the lab with Daru, waiting for Mayuri to return. An innocent smile. Mayuri is alive. Nothing will happen to her. I was worried for nothing. When Suzuha arrives, we begin the meeting. Okarin! Okarin! I called Ferris-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come. I've heard these words before. Deja vu. A trick of the mind.
そうか。
Oh,
何か用事でもあったのか。
do they have plans? Ferris-chan has a Rhinet tournament.
しまった。
Crap. I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me. And Luka-chan seemed embarrassed for some reason. Maybe she thinks she'll make her wear a costume again. It's just like my dream. I've never remembered a dream this vividly before. I remember every word that was spoken.
コスプレの件か。もしかしてまだ説得できていないのか。
You still haven't convinced her to cosplay? She said it was embarrassing. I keep telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens. Cuteness is justice. Is that what they say? You're cute too, Chris-chan. Huh? Eh? Hey, Kamima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have a costume of post-awakening Sierra from Blood Tune I made last year. I think the size is just right for you too. Me? Cosplay? I'm sorta interested. But I refuse to do it in public though. You don't have to show anyone, but eventually, you'll want them to see. The cosplay demon compels you. That reminds me. Chris-chan, you're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from? Oh, this? I attended Ayamane for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform. Oh, their uniform is really cute. But you made it even cuter. You might have really good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then? Sure. When's the photo shoot? Good to know you're still a pervert, Hashida. Come on, it's Bloodtoon Sierra. She's got a Panmoro going on. Panmoro? It means her panties are completely exposed. Huh? No way. It's okay. You might not know this, but last year there was a really popular saying. They're not panties, so it's not embarrassing. Japan is over. Wear it, okay? It's a promise. Maybe you shouldn't bother. Suzuha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Kurisu again. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the room changes. I remember this too. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. You're asking for trouble by trusting Makise Kurisu. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? I've been meaning to ask. Did I do something to you? Not to me, but I know everything you have done. What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of. Perhaps, but I know your true nature. Wow, you can see into my heart? That's groundbreaking technology. I'd love to hear how it works. It's not science, it's a prediction. Or is it time travel knowledge? So you're just making it up. I know. Ocarine? Mayuri clings to me with her teary eyes. Stop them from fighting. Should I listen to Mayuri's plea? Like I did in the dream? Knowing that I can't stop the fight, should I just let Mayuri handle it instead? I don't know. I can't move a muscle. Jeez. Mayuri pouts, then goes over to the two girls. Guys, Mayushi doesn't like it when you fight. Let's all get along, okay? Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Kurisu is in the development room, making a call, probably to her mother in America. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. But I can't pay attention to what I see on the screen. It doesn't enter my head. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it. Hey, Ocarine! It's been really lively here these past few weeks, huh? Stop it. Why are you saying these same things as in that terrible dream? It was a dream. It has to be a dream. It's fun. Mayuri smiles happily, not noticing my lack of a reply. Now that there are 8 lab mems, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. First, we don't have enough chairs. We should buy more. Do you have any money, Ocarine? I shake my head wordlessly. For some reason, I'm afraid to look Mayuri in the face. I guess you can use some of my salary. You need a new microwave too. Otherwise, I can't warm up any juicy chicken number 1. Ocarine, are you okay? You don't look so good. It's nothing. Are you feeling sick? Then you need to rest. Wanna lie down? You can lie on my lap, okay? I'm not... Is that the doorbell? No, that's the news. Before I can finish, the television interrupts me with an urgent news bulletin. The subtitles read, Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu. A bomb threat? Hang on. Those lines all pass through Akiba. How is Mayushi gonna get home? Oh yeah, I should go home. No. It can't be. It's the same. Every last thing. The same. Okabe Rentaru, I need to know. It was a dream. You've completed the time leap machine, right? It had to be a dream. But if it was a dream, then why? Are you listening? The time leap machine's done.
そっか
Okay. I just remembered I've got something to do.
ちょっと出かけて
I'm going out. Suzuha leaves the lab without another word.
なんなの彼女
What's wrong with her? Science Gate is goated for sure. I've been enjoying it so far. Welcome in, Saizuri. Saizuri? I'm bad at pronouncing, so apologies if I got that wrong. Sizer? Like Azure? Sizer? But welcome in. How are you today? Does she know what's about to happen? Nothing's gonna happen. The break-in was a dream. But no matter how hard I try to convince myself of that, I can't shake the icy hand clutching my heart. I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. I remember this feeling too, from the dream. Did I choose wrong? Yeah, you chose wrong, all right. You should have believed your memories. Was I granted a second chance, only to let it go to waste? A soft feeling against my fingers. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written in her face. I reflexively look towards the door. If the dream wasn't a dream, then any second now. There they are, right on cue. It happens exactly as I remember. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure, professional, and each of them is carrying a gun. They spread out just inside the door and aim their weapons at us. I recognize each of them. There's no denying it now. I did leap through time. It was the future I remembered. I was supposed to change the present, to stop the madness about to unfold. I mean, we still can. If we if we go with them, then Mayuri doesn't get shot. But I told myself that it was a dream, and wasted my chance to save everyone. Hands in the air! Nobody move! Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing. Why didn't I do anything to change this? Wasn't that why I leapt through time? The sound of heels echoes down the hallway. Here she comes. A woman is coming up the stairs. Kiryu Miyoka. The woman who killed, or who will kill, Mayuri. The dream was real. Those were memories of the future. This is happening because I did nothing to stop it.
萌香さん、これって
Moeka-san?
タイムマシンを
We're taking the time machine. If I kill her first, will Mayuri live? I'm pretty sure even if you killed her, the men will just open fire, I'm pretty sure. I consider the option, but soon give up. The real danger is the men behind her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 of them have assault rifles. They'll gun us down the instant I try anything. My only hope is for Suzu to make her move before Mayuri is shot. Is there even a chance? Makise Kurisu, Okabe Rintaro, Hashida Itaru. The 3 of you will come with us. You can't resist. Come with us. Better do it. What? Where? I have no words. At least tell us where we're going. You cannot refuse. There is nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. I don't want to hurt anyone. The three of you, come with
一
us.
緒に来て。なんで3
Why just the three of us?
何を聞かれても
I'm not answering your
答えるつもりは
questions.
ない。あなたたちはただ
Come with us. It's your only choice. Moeka-san, you're a lab mem too, aren't you?
仲間だよね。
In reply, Moeka pulls a gun from her belt and points at us. It's happening again.
一緒に来てもらうのは
Our mission
あなたたちの口を
is to
封じるため。
silence you.
それは
Your refusal to come will change nothing.
3人とも
Come with us
一緒に来
now.
て。これ以上拒否するなら
If you continue to resist, I'll have to resort to extreme
生きてくれないように
measures.
するから。
Moeka slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at... You know you could step in front of her, right?
椎名真由里は
Shina Mayuri is not needed. I try to shout, "Stop!" but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. I turn to Kurisu for help. Come on, boy, man up. Kurisu is staring at Mayuri. She looks as if she might start crying at any second. I turn to Daru. He's shaking. His lips move as if to speak, but nothing comes out. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop Moeka.
セルンのために FP のために
For
セルンのため
SERN.
に FP
For FB. For SERN. For FB. Her lips close tightly. Was she shot already? A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Time slows to a crawl. I feel like there was a lot more that was said before that happened. There was, actually. Moeka pulled the trigger. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. See, now we have to time leap twice and have just that many more memories. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. I catch her. Her body is limp, like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then, the smell of blood. Oh my god. I almost forgot about that. So weird. Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. In my arms, Mayuri takes one long, ragged breath. And then... She's dead. Mayuri's dead. Again. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm.
もう一度言う。3人と
You three come with us. Now.
一緒に来て。これ以上の警告はしない。
No more warnings.
抵抗するなら
Resist, and we will kill you
あなたたちを
too.
殺す。
I hear a voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. It's the same. I knew it would be. I let Mayuri die again. Because I didn't believe my own memories of the future. I lay Mayuri down on the floor. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm so sorry. I stand up. Rage takes hold of me once again. I'm helpless to resist. I take one menacing step towards Moeka. Okabe. Kurisu grabs my hand before I can take another. You can't. Let me go! You can't. They'll kill you. Moeka's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger. You're gonna kill me too? Oh, Saucy, welcome in. Thanks for your daily check-in. How are you today, Saucy? If you resist... Please, Okabe, do what she says, okay? Otherwise, they'll kill you too. I grit my teeth and suppress my anger. Just then, something small and round strikes Moeka's gun. Her gun hand. She drops her gun. At her feet lies a small stone. Get down! The next events transpire exactly as I remember. Suzuha appears in the doorway, knocking down the first man before anyone can react. She then proceeds to dispatch the remaining men with a series of swift, precise maneuvers. Who the hell? The dark-skinned man, the last one standing, takes aim at Suzuha with his assault rifle. But before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Without stopping, Suzuha delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to the man's jaw. Enough. I'm good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. A little bit sleepy, but I'm doing good. Moeka and Suzuha point their guns at each other. A standoff. Neither moves. Silence returns to the room. Who are you? 42. She glances at me. TV. This time, I already know what she means. Turned on. I make a break for the development room. Don't move. That's my line. Kurisu is right behind me. I grab the headgear and jam it on my head without a moment's hesitation. Okabe, I'm going back. But what if it fails? Get the machine started. There's no time to argue. I grab Moe's snake from the shelf. Kurisu bites her lip and starts setting up the X68000. Okabe Rentaro, one of them's heading your way. Kill them. Don't let them use it. Before the crew-cut man enters the development room, I push the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Are you sure, Okabe? Are you sure about this? Really? Do it, Kurisu. Activate the machine. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. This is reality. It wasn't a dream. I burned that fact into my mind as I prepared a time leap. One more chance. Third time's the charm. The shaking begins. Please, give me one more chance. Once more, the world explodes into light. I can't hear. It feels like something is crushing my eardrums. I feel like we should try to go a little further back, just so that we can see that things are happening as we remember. And if enough of that happens, then maybe we can believe in this. But whatever. At least hopefully we'll believe it now. Slowly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. My body convulses as if struck by lightning. I am Okabe Rintaro. I'm in the lab development room, standing in front of the time leap machine with my phone to my ear. My brain hurts again. This isn't like a headache. It's somehow deeper. That sounds awful. I get some pretty bad headaches, so that sounds really bad. With the pain comes a torrent of emotions. Sorrow, longing, hope, joy that threatens to wash away my psyche. However, only one thing matters. It worked again. Okay, so yeah, he remembers now. This time he believes. I quickly return to the lounge. You surprised me. I almost crashed into Kurisu. Don't startle me like that. Daru, is it just before 5 on the 13th? Eh? Yeah? Alright. Time leap successful. I pat Kurisu on the shoulders, almost in an embrace. You're a genius. What's gotten into you? Stop manhandling me. It's gross. I scramble for my phone. Are you gonna tell her not to come? Doo-doo-doo! Mayushi here! Mayuri, where are... But I can't answer the phone right now. It went to voicemail? Please leave your message after the beep. Mayuri, contact me at once. Okay? At once. I hang up. I look at my watch again. It's just past 5. Thank God for the time leap machine. It makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 3 hours until Moeka kills Mayuri. Everything's gonna be okay. That's plenty of time to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing things. Wait, what if they're watching our house? Maybe we should hop the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Anyway, we're fine as long as Moeka doesn't find her today. So first, I need to find Mayuri. Let me drink some water. Okabe, you look kind of crazy. What's wrong? Kurisu and Daru look at me with concern. Both of you get out of here. Now. What's this about? I check my wallet. I only have 9,000 yen and some change. I'll need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have.
何よまた
Is this another one of your fantasies? I wish. Unfortunately, it's not. Kurisu shrugs her shoulders, dumbfounded. I don't have time to answer her. Answer it anyway, as you look for things? I slip beside her and dash out of the lab.
岡部どこ行くのよ
Okabe,
おい
where are you going? Hey! I run full speed to Yanabayashi Shrine. Naturally, I have to stop for breath before I get more than a few blocks. The sun is setting, but the temperature still hasn't dropped below 30. Sweat quickly covers my entire body. I'm not good at exercise in the first place. I finally stagger through the archway. Now I regret not borrowing Suzaha's bicycle. But no, there wasn't time for that. Finding Mayuri comes first. There wasn't time to get something that would have gotten you here faster? What do you mean? Make time. I run to the courtyard, where I find Lukako standing alone with her bamboo broom.
ルカ子
Lukako.
岡部さん
Ah, Okabe-san. She bows her head.
どうしたんです
Well, what's wrong?
マイル
Mayuri. Where's Mayuri?
まゆりちゃんだったら
Mayuri-chan already left.
もう帰り
帰った
She left?
はい
Yes.
あの
Um,
後で
when you see
ま
her,
ゆりちゃんに
could you tell her that I'm sorry?
なさいって僕
I'd really prefer not to cosplay.
コスプレはでまゆりちゃんを悲しませたくな
I
かった
don't want to disappoint her, but it's too embarrassing to dress like that in front of
前
people.
に出るのは
I finally catch my breath. I don't have time to listen to Lukako's apologies.
マユリは
Mayuri went back to the lab?
あ
Eh?
はい
I think so. That doesn't make sense. I know she comes to the lab around 6:30. It's still 5:30. Maybe she makes a pit stop? No matter how slowly you walk, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to get to the lab. So what was she doing for the extra 40 minutes? The grave? Just because there was that scene with the grave, maybe she's at the grave? We don't have time for this.
本当に帰ったのか
She didn't say she was dropping by
言
somewhere?
っていなかったか
いえ聞いて
No,
ませんけど
I didn't ask.
あの
Um,
岡部さん
is something wrong?
一体何が
もしマユリがここに戻ってき
If
たら
Mayuri comes back here,
すぐに俺に電話
tell her to call me right away.
あ、
あ
はい
Okay. I'd better check the lab. We might have missed each other. When I get back to the lab, nobody's there but Daru. Did Kurisu go shopping by herself? I call out to him as he's ordering pizza on the computer.
マユリは
Where's
来
Mayuri?
てるか
Did she come back?
え
Huh? No?
いつと
Where is she? I take a bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge and chug it down. But you had time for this? Really? The cold, sparkling liquid wets my parched throat and drives the heat away. What's up, Cairo? Just dropping by to say I hope you have a great stream. Thank you, Mogu. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing good today. Now I can think. But I still can't relax. Every minute, every second is precious, as you chug a drink. Each moment I waste brings me closer to Mayuri's death.
オカリンさ
Hey,
からなんで
Okarin,
そんなピリピリ
why are you so
してる
jumpy?
マユリの居場所を知らないか
I need to find Mayuri.
だからルカ氏の
Isn't she at
ところ
Lucas' Cheese?
いなかった
Not anymore.
後だった
She was gone by the time I got there. Should have grabbed the bike. I start to pace in irritation.
じゃあ他のレイヤー
Maybe she went to see one of her cosplay friends.
そのレイヤー仲間の
Who?
連絡先を教えろ
What's her phone number?
いや知らんし
How should I know? Damn. It's easy to forget, since she's usually here, but Mayuri and I rarely spend time together outside of the lab. May Queen and the shrine. That's about it. I have no idea where else she might go. I think you have an idea on one place. May Queen doesn't even exist on this world line. Ah, now that you mention it, do you know something? I think she said that her phone was about to run out of power. She had to turn it off. Yet another setback. Not only am I unable to contact her, she may not even notice my phone calls. Hey, what's going on? Why are you still here, Daru? Thought I told you to leave. You think he's just gonna leave because you told him to without any explanation? I sit on the sofa. I feel the weight of stress on my shoulders and in my bones. I'm not leaving without a good reason. Tell me what's going on, man. They're gonna kill Mayuri. What? The SERN's after us. In 2 hours, their men will break in and kill Mayuri. Get out while you still can. What? For real? Can you get in touch with Kurisu? Pass the message on to her. In 2 hours? How do you know that? Daru pauses for a moment. He looks towards the development room, where the time leap machine is sitting. That's right, put the picture together. No way. You used it? I nod gravely. I kick Daru out of the lab and send him home. He promised to call Kurisu for me and tell her to stay at her hotel. But a few minutes later, she calls me directly and demands an explanation. It takes some effort, but I manage to convince her to do as I say. Now I just need to wait for Mayuri to get back. You know, even though you're a Chuny, I feel like she'll at least listen if you explain the time leap machine. Because as far as any of you are concerned, it theoretically works, so if you just explain properly. I thought about looking for her, but it's still too risky. We could miss each other like we did at the shrine. Better to wait here in front of the building. While waiting, I try to convince myself that everything will be okay. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves about an hour before Moeka's attack. In an hour, we could ride the bullet train from Tokyo Station to Shizuoka, I think. Is that the best plan? Maybe we should get off at Yokohama and lay low in a hotel for a while. I can think about what comes next after Mayuri's safe. The time leap machine doesn't matter. Moeka can have it. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Sweat accumulates on my forehead and rolls down my face. Hurry back, Mayuri. Huh? Startled, I turn towards the voice. I think you forgot about someone. Suzuha and Mr. Braun have emerged from the Braun Tube workshop. I see them lock the door. Guess they're closing up shop. That's right. I forgot about Suzuha. What are you doing here, Okabe? Rentaru? Nothing. That reminds me. During the attack, she took down 5 armed commandos in the blink of an eye. I still can't believe it. Where does an 18-year-old girl learn to move like that? I still think she's from the future. She's probably part of like the resistance or something with her father. John Titor, I guess, is my theory, I guess. And then there was her strange behavior immediately before the attack. She left as soon as she heard about the bomb threat, almost as if she knew something was going to happen. And finally, there's that business with her father. Everything about her is a mystery. Who is Amane Suzuha? Oh, I know. You're getting ready for that party tonight, aren't you? How did you know we're having a party? Shina Mayuri! She came by earlier today to invite me over. Hope you've got room for one more, cause I'm... You can't! Am I a bother? No. It's okay. I understand. I guess I'm still an outsider.
そうじゃなくてだな。
That's not it.
んだよ、岡部。
What's wrong with you, Okabe?
うちのバイトも仲間
Let my part-timer join your little club.
お前はこいつ
You owe her, remember? It's thanks to her belly that I let you off the hook for shaking the building last time. It's thanks to her belly. You pervert. My belly? Hey. Suzuha has recovered her jacket. She's properly dressed now.
このバイト
He's got a fine belly. Tight and well trained.
腹回りがしっかり
Sure. You were just admiring the muscles. That's all. That's all. As a muscle enthusiast, it was just about the muscles. Nothing else. I'm standing right here, you dirty old man.
今日の宴会は中止だ。
The party is canceled. I'm sorry, part-time warrior. But please go home today. Canceled?
あ
Yeah,
あ、すまない。
sorry. I attempt to smile, but with little hope of success.
岡部何をしてんのかともかく
I don't know what's going on,
いざと
Okabe,
なったら
but don't do anything reckless. Huh? It's weird to have him give me advice. I thought he was just a dirty old man who loves CRTs. What do you mean? You know, he's also a doting father. Clearly, he can give advice. Maybe he's sharper than I thought. Or maybe he's just telling me to stop shaking the building.
マユリと
I
喧嘩をしまして。
got in a fight with Mayuri. Things are a little complicated right now. That's all.
それだけですよ。
That's the best lie I can manage. Oh, is there gonna be blood? Blood? I mean, look over there. Suzuha points across the street. I turn to look. To my surprise, there's Mayuri walking up the street with a big bag. When she notices us, she waves her hand with a ditzy smile. Mayuri! Huh? Weren't you fighting? She looks really happy to see you. I ignore Suzuha and run to Mayuri. The clock on my phone says 6:33. Hey, where are you going? I wasted precious time talking to Suzuha. Now that I've secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Akiba as we can. What's the rush, Ocarine? I ignore her question and grab her hand.
はせ。
Run! To the station! Wait! My bag!
構うな。
Forget
さ
it!
せるのだ。
Just run! Eh? Why?
いいから走ってくれ。
Just run! I can't get the image of Mayuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't. You and me both. Mayuri gives no further resistance. She follows obediently, quickly matching my pace. I forgot that she's faster on her feet than I am. Oh, hang on. Let me check something real quick. Da-da-da. You're done. You're done. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. Hey, where are we going?
そうだな。
First we'll head for
よく
Tsukuba or Yokohama. I'm already gasping for air. Mayuri, however, might as well be strolling along for all the difficulty she's having. How can she be so ditzy yet so athletic at the same time? Skill issue, my guy. That's all on you. Skill issue. The sun has already set, but the sky is still a mix of indigo and orange. See, the fact that he's so tall, he's pretty good looking. Like, it's such a waste that he doesn't work out. We run through streets lit by dazzling shops. Everything will be fine once we make it on the train. I hold this thought in my mind as we run. I'm already exhausted. Mayuri practically has to drag me along to keep going. Shouldn't we rest a bit? No. Stopping until we're on the train. I do my best to keep up the pace. But Ocarin, you're covered in sweat. You shouldn't push yourself. You're not good at exercise. When we reach the station, I realize that something is wrong. The station is packed. Seriously packed. You don't see this many people even at rush hour. The crowd is milling around the entrance. For some reason, it looks like no one is going in. It looks like it already happened, right? What's going on here? A protest? Some kind of street performance? No, they did something to the lines. I don't have time for this. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA. Your attention, please. The Yamanote, Hien, Tohoku, and Sobu lines are currently suspended. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, and kindly ask for your cooperation. Finally, I realize my mistake. That's right. Before the attack, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. In my haste to flee the city, I completely forgot. How could I have been so stupid? I wonder what happened. All of the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akaba. What about other means of public transportation? The subway or the bus? Should we go to another station? I turn around and head back the way we came, keeping a firm grip on Mayuri's hand. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way. I realize that we're surrounded. Oi, Mako. Welcome in. Thanks for the daily check-in. 22 times. Nice. Wait, there's an ad break. Are you even here, Mako, or are you in the ads? I realize that we're surrounded. Love you, Karo. I'm here. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here, Mako. I guess that means you finished your stream. Actually, I just closed the tab, so yes, obviously. Hope you had a good stream, Mako. Oh, actually, you know what? Shout out the Makotas. There we go. Okabe Rentaru. A low voice. A face I've never seen before. He's now one of the 5 who broke into the lab. Wait, does this mean they had people stationed around? You're welcome, Mako. Ocarine, do you know these people? Mayuri grips my arm tightly as she looks anxiously at the men. Come with us. Who are you? Instead of answering, the man makes a grab for my arm. I jerk away and try to escape, but the men move to block us again. You should probably just go with them and leave Mayuri behind. If you resist, we'll kill you. SERN. They're with Moeka? She must have planned for this in advance. A chill runs up my spine. We made a terrible mistake when we hacked into SERN. I realize that now, though it's far too late. I mean, honestly, you already kind of realized that much earlier, but just kind of kept going with it while being scared in the back of your head. Are you going to kill us with all these witnesses around? No, so leave Mayuri behind. This isn't a game. I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first. Then it hits me. A gun. There goes the music. I gulp. My blood runs cold. Am I going to die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. I won't let Mayuri die. I won't accept that future. But how do I get out of this? The crowd at the station has grown even thicker. People are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. Why don't you yell that these are the guys who are behind the bomb? I mean, that might be dangerous, but that might be an option. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Suddenly, a fight breaks out nearby. It looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. Oh wait. A tide of people surges into us, knocking the man behind me off balance. Now. I quickly turn and strike the man's hand aside. His gun falls away. Then the man gets swallowed by the crowd.
Mayuri, 逃げるぞ!
Run, Mayuri! I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. As soon as we reach the main street, we start running back towards the lab. Why? Don't do that. Of course, we can't return to the lab itself. Moeka's group will be there shortly. Okay, good. Is the subway still running? If we can get on at Shihirocho Station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there, we can grab a train heading out of Tokyo. I still haven't recovered from my exhaustion. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. We can't stop now. I have to keep running. It doesn't take long before a new obstacle appears. 4 men walking together up ahead suddenly stop and turn to face us. Okay, about face. I've got a bad feeling about this. They don't look like otaku. Are they with SERN too? My fears are confirmed when the 4 men start walking towards us, arms spread to block the street. No doubt about it. They're after us too. I turn to flee towards the station, and there I see the first group of men closing in behind us. We're trapped. Enemies on both sides. There's only one choice. I grab Mayuri and make for the nearby side street. See, I still feel like you should probably just attempt going with them. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but that potentially saves Mayuri, as long as they have you. Where are we going, Ocarine? I'm trying to get to Suihirocho Station without using the main streets. But as we pass UPX, several men on the bridge point at us and shout something. Are they with SERN too? God, they're everywhere. The whole organization is out for us. How many men do they have? It's a whole organization. They literally have a council of 300. Oh, no, not the council. The committee of 300? They literally have the committee of 300. I think they have lots of men then. We turn back and change course. Okay. Mayuri, you're a faster runner. So, talking while running uses up all my breath. Sweat drips into my eyes, making it hard to see. You go on ahead. Go to Hariti's shrine. And Ikebukuro will meet. Before I finish, I catch sight of another group of men waiting for us up ahead. What's going on, Ocarine? I look back. A group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. The familiar streets of Akiba are filled with agents of SERN. I recall what Moeka said. You have nowhere to run.
私たちの仲間
We have men stationed throughout Akihabara.
羽中に散らばっている
Despair seizes my heart. Is escape impossible? We're just kids playing at science in the safety of our tiny little lab. Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. Were we doomed from the start? No. No matter what, we must get away. Leading Mayuri by the hand, I push my way through the crowd, then jump the fence onto the road. How dare you? Don't you honk at me? Did you... What? Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. Ow! I come to a stop several meters away. My body's racked with intense pain, I'd imagine. Well, better start crawling to the time leap machine. Ah! A red curtain covers my eyes. I try to brush it off, and my hand comes away slick with blood. I grit my teeth against the pain and lift my head. Oh, don't tell me she's dead. Oh, right, time says that she's always going to die, so it'll find a way to kill her. Mayuri's lying on the pavement a few meters away. I reach out to her. Mayuri. No response. Mayuri is motionless. No. Did the impact kill her? Mayuri. This can't be happening. The car that ran us over, a white van, pulls up. A white van? So SERN then, probably. The door opens, and out steps... Moeka?
動き
Damn
が
it.
止めたわ
I've stopped them. Hear you, Moeka. Her again. She knew the exact moment to be here, in order to run over poor Mayuri.
岡部君いえ
I've secured
岡部
Okabe-kun.
健太郎は確保
I mean, Okabe Rentaru. She's talking to someone on her phone. Has she been tracking us this whole time?
警察に連絡して
Contact the police.
椎名真由
Shina Mayuri is dead. She looks down at me with eyes cold enough to freeze my blood.
なんで
Why?
殺さ
Why did you kill her?
あなたが逃げるからよ
Because you ran. That's what I'm saying. Literally, you have to just go with her while Mayuri's somewhere else. You monster! Mustering my strength, I leap up and throw myself at Moeka. She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. I stand up and look around. Moeka is dazed and unable to stand, but I see SERN agents making their way towards us through the crowd. Better start running. I've got to get out of here. I take a step. A sharp pain stabs through my body. The crash must have broken a bone in my leg. It doesn't matter. I have to get to the lab and time leap again. Better start crawling. That's the only way to save Mayuri. I look back at the site of the accident. Moeka is slowly regaining her feet, but Mayuri remains limp and motionless on the road. It breaks my heart to leave Mayuri lying there, but I have no choice. I have to go. Back to the lab. Fighting the pain of my broken leg, I managed to drag myself back to the lab. How? Surprisingly, SERN's men didn't chase me. Wouldn't they already be here? Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. Wouldn't they have already taken the machine? Only the lights are still on. Relieved that Kurisu and Daru haven't returned, I head straight to the development room. I remembered to break into the Braun Tube workshop to turn on the 42-inch CRT. My body is drenched in sweat, and I can't stop shivering. Everything hurts, especially my right side, where the car hit me. If I'm not careful, I might lose consciousness. Yeah, you need to be in the hospital right now. My vision is blurry. It's hard to focus. My left arm is numb and can barely move. But still, I force myself to activate the X68000 and input the settings. You know I already said third time's the charm, but technically, he only traveled twice, reliving this a third time. He'll be time traveling a third time, so third time's the charm in that regard, I hope. I'm gasping for breath like a wounded animal. The sound of my heartbeat fills my ears. Mayuri. They killed her again. I failed to protect her. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry. Choking back my tears, I frantically pound on the keyboard. Police sirens echo in the distance. Oh, hang on. I gotta ban a best viewers comment. There we go. No. Don't you do that. Actually, just in case I accidentally try to do that again. There we go. Nope, stop trying. I keep pressing the wrong button. Right. Moika hits Mayuri in front of hundreds of witnesses. They'll probably take her in for questioning. Even if SERN bails her out somehow, she should be stuck for at least a couple of hours. The real problem is her men. Those mercenaries, or whatever they were, SERN's hit squad. Why didn't they come after me? It should have been easy for them to catch me, injured as I am. I need to hurry. If they show up here, they'll kill me for sure. Settings complete. I put on the headgear. I'll get blood on it, but that doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't get into like the electronic parts, a surge of anxiety washes over me. What if the time leap fails? What if my memories are corrupted? I might forget who I am. I might lose myself. I mean, what other choice do you have? Should I really use the machine? Of course I should. I curse my weakness. Mayuri's dead. Remember? This can't be allowed to happen. No risk is too great. I will save Mayuri. Whatever it takes. I alone have the power to change the past. What am I waiting for? Swallowing my fear, I activate the time leap machine. Okay, let me grab some more water. Can we go back a little further when they're not setting up to raid us and planning things at this moment, probably? Gah! Screeching my ears. Needless needles stabbing into my brain. 1,000 emotions flooding my senses. The world bends, pulses, then returns to normal. The pain of my wounds has vanished like magic, replaced by a piercing pain in my brain. I fight back a wave of nausea and take stock of the situation. I'm sitting on the sofa with my phone to my ear. Okay, we did go a little bit further back. How much? Another successful time leap. That makes 3. It looks like the time leap machine works perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Kurisu's confidence if I told her. but that will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger. I stand up and look around the lab.
マユリは
Where's Mayuri? What? Kurisu, who was dozing off next to me, wakes up with a jerk at the sound of my voice. Don't shout. I've been working all night, so let me rest a bit.
マユリはどこだ
Where is Mayuri?
ちょ、いきなりなんだ
What's wrong with you? She went to Lukashi's, remember?
ところ行くって言ってたじゃん。
Damn. She already left? Well, at least you can catch her this time, I think. I should call or send a mail. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Mayuri went to see someone after leaving the shrine. The question is, who? Think. Consider every possibility. The grave. Damn. Why did I forget? Before I time leaped, I should have asked Mayuri where she was today. I'm not thinking straight. I have to calm down. Wait. I know. Last time, we failed because we went to Akihabara Station. I should have known that SERN would be watching. This time, we'll take a taxi to another station, then hide somewhere until things calm down. For now, all I can do is wait for Mayuri to return. It's driving me crazy. I consider explaining this situation to Kurisu and Daru, but I just don't have the strength to do that right now. Tough! Do it anyway! Besides, I don't want to get them involved. I'll take care of it myself. I won't let any more of my friends die. As before, the Braun Tube workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Suzuha and Mr. Braun are leaving. We run through Kanda Myojin's backstreets to Ochanomizu Station, taking only minimal precautions to avoid attracting attention. We have to get there before the Sobu line shuts down. We managed to make it to the station without being stopped. But when we get there, I see a group of men waiting by the entrance. They look like SERN. Go further back in time! Change of plans. We turn around and head for the Shin Ochanomizu Mizu subway station. I'm struggling. We arrive at... Okay, I went too fast. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamano, Hihin, Tohoku, and Sobu lines have already suspended operations. Wait. It looks like the Chiyoda line has too. It must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened. Even stations on unconnected lines. Damn. Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the third time I've led her on this escape, but each time she follows me without complaint. This is the third time? Wait. Isn't it the second time you've led her on the escape? Does she really trust me that much? Because the first time he didn't believe it and thought it was a dream. So he let everything transpire and it just happened almost quicker almost. And then second time huh? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want so badly to save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes. Mayuri tilts her head quizzically. I realize that I'm staring at her. Okarine, Mayushi has a lot of questions, but she'll wait for now. But once it's over, I want you to tell me everything, okay?
な
Yeah,
あ約束する
I promise. Mayuri smiles happily at that answer. That's right. While we wait for the train, I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get.
お前
Where did you go after you saw Lukako?
どこに行っていた
吹雪ちゃんからメールが
I got an email from Fubuki-chan. A thread came loose on her costume. I went to fix it. Oh, okay, so it wasn't the grave. I was wrong.
吹雪ちゃんというのは
Where does Fubuki-chan live? We met at Starbucks at UBX. So that's where she was. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA system. The subway is resuming normal operations. About 20 minutes have passed since we arrived. I didn't expect to be stuck here that long, but it's okay. Right now, Moeka should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. While waiting for the train, I examined the route map on the station's notice board. We can transfer to an overland train at Yoyogi Uehara. It'll take a while, but that will take us all the way to Odawara. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. I can hear the rumbling and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. They're not going to be on the train, are they? I feel like the most effective way to make sure he doesn't escape is for some agents to just be riding every train at all times during this moment. Mayuri and I are standing just behind the white line. I reach for her hand, meaning to make a dash for the train when the doors open. But I guess there's no hurry now. I let my hand fall to my side, empty. The roar comes closer. About the party tonight. Mayuri is saying something. I can't quite hear her over the train. It got cancelled, but we should definitely... Mayuri! Suddenly, Mayuri disappears. That's not Ferris, is it? I don't know. I can't remember voices, but... Huh? Well, excuse you? There she is, leaning out over the tracks. She's off balance, as if she stumbled, or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screaming into the station. So all we've done is make it harder to get back to the lab. We've got a ways to go. Okay, it just gets worse. Like a bullet to the head's pretty bad, but and then getting hit by a car, now a train. What's next? Getting hit by an airplane? I hear a sound from under the train. I can't describe it, but it makes me instantly nauseous. Bro, I feel like the next thing that happens is going to be some Final Destination shit. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl. The one that called out to her, or are you just talking about Mayuri? A familiar girl that's all bloody. Is that what he's going for? I'm assuming he's talking about the girl that called out. Yep, called out. Tiny, adorable, a cute black rabbit pouch slung over her shoulder. Excuse me? Tanoji Nai. Tanoji Nai. She looks up at me. Her eyes are wide. Is that a smile? Wait, no. Her lips tremble. This is creepy. So, Mayuri! Oh, okay, so it was an accident. So it wasn't... That's even worse. This is like kicking a puppy right now. Like, God, this is a horrible situation. I wanted to surprise her. It wasn't on It wasn't... She stares at me for a few more seconds, as if waiting for me to say something. then turns and runs away. The platform is in chaos. The PA informs us that there's been a personal injury accident. Okay, at this point, even if we went with my idea of just going with Kiryu and leaving Mayuri behind, doing as they say so that they don't kill, it seems like Mayuri's still going to die. We're stuck in this outcome that has to happen somehow, some way. Naya's already gone. Don't go after her. Actually, I guess this was already proven with the lottery numbers. We never won those lottery numbers in the first place. So going back in time to try to win them, we didn't win them. For some reason, we managed to do a thing that prevented us from winning them, which was him giving the numbers to Luca so that Luca could mess up the numbers. I guess that was already kind of proof that changing the outcome isn't going to be that easy. Instead, I peeked timidly through the gap between the train and the platform. At least John Titor proves that it is possible to change the outcome, though. Because Okabe said that some of John's predictions came true and some did not. But that just depends on if it's like the irrelevant stuff that didn't come true. One side of the track is a wash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Does that mean he just kind of walked back here in a daze? That makes him easy pickings. What are they doing? Or is it now a fixed income that we always get back to time travel now? Why are they not stopping us? Oika's group should have come and gone, but the time leap machine is still here. Yeah, what the hell? I guess I should be grateful. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine. For some reason, I have trouble recalling my own phone number. At last, it's ready. Now, take me back. The leap occurs instantaneously. Titor claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now's not the time to find out. 10 years. I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kurisu, time leaping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory. Juicy chicken number 1. Mayuri's singing her chicken song, though she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store instead of her usual juicy chicken number 1. She just likes to sing it. She had to switch because she can't warm up frozen chicken in the microwave, which is now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Mayuri is still in the lab. What the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I forced myself to recall that horrifying scene. At least he didn't get hurt, aside from mentally. Massive mental damage. But the first time he got shot in the arm, like he got grazed. The second time he got hit by the car. This time he was technically safe, aside from mental. Mayuri died again. This time, it happened at Shin Ochano Mizu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. Tenoji Nai pushed her onto the tracks. No, well, sort of, where the train tore her to shreds. Could Nai... Okay. No. Could Nai be working for SERN too? No. No, that can't be right. Nai has a habit of jumping into Mayuri and greeting. Yeah, that's that. She jumped onto her, that's the push. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. But why did she choose that precise moment? I don't know. I sense malice. You shouldn't. Whose malice? Lady Time? No, Father Time? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mayuri. I will do whatever it takes to find a way. This time, we hail a taxi to Juodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mayuri comes along quietly. I consider taking her home to Ukibukuro, but Moika's group might be watching her house. I have no idea where they are at this point in time. Instead, I asked the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. The driver says it's never been this bad before. Oh no. This is SERN. Can you please stop underestimating how many people they have and how badly they want this machine? On the other hand, they keep not taking the machine or stopping us from time leaping at this point. So he has every reason to underestimate them at this point, but like at the same time, stop. There must be an obstruction up ahead. An accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We made it out of Akaba, but at this rate, it will take us forever to reach Shinagawa. I considered getting off here and taking the train, but then I remembered what happened at Shin Ochano's Mizu station. I have a bad feeling about this. The traffic jam could be SERN's doing. I look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a SERN threat. SERN agent. Thank you! 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to a conversation I overheard between our driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be a police inspection, and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. To make matters worse, this road has already been closed off, and all the cars behind us are being detoured. There are only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I feel the malice of fate, manipulating the situation. Is Mayuri going to die again? Probably. If I'd known it was going to turn out like this, I'd have ditched the taxi hours ago. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get off right... Oh shit. Just then, someone knocks on the window. Our taxi is stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? Yes, who? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets in next to Mayuri. Eh? He's holding a knife. Another assassin. Mayuri, look out! Before she can reply, the man covers Mayuri's mouth with a large, meaty hand. Don't you shank her. I try to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. And he shanked her. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Her body twitches. What? It all happens too fast. The man sinks his knife into Mayuri's chest. They are just intent on killing her, aren't they? A bright red spot stains her clothes. What? Be quiet, Okabe Rentaru. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points a gun at the driver and says something to him. Strength drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. A tear rolls down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. What if we're the only one to run away? We keep trying to run away with her, so she's obviously important to us. What if we run away without her? Would they think that we don't care and abandon her? I can feel her last breath against my skin. They killed her again. Why? They literally answered that question last time. Because you ran. Because they know she's important to you and you ran. Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Moika? SERN? Or does the world itself wish for Mayuri's death? I won't accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. Good. Grab the knife. Gah! He falls back. I shout to the driver. Open the door! I crawl out of the taxi and take off running through the traffic jam. We keep getting further and further away from the lab. Are they seriously not going to do anything about that? After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Luckily, the time leap machine is still there. Is it lucky? It's not lucky anymore. I have to leap again. It's no longer luck. It was never luck at this point anymore. Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clutch my head and rack my brain for an answer. Feel like I've hit a dead end. Literally. What do I do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her? No. There has to be a way. What you talking about? Mayuri's blank stare is the only answer I get. Let me drink some water. This time, I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Mayuri 6 hours from now. I feel like you should have said some sort of stalker is after her or something, and it's I don't know. But without any proof that there's someone after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I wish that I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Ochano Mizu or Shinbashi again, and maybe this time she won't die. But I don't have the courage to try those routes again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. We're running out of options. Subways, trains, and taxis. All out. Attempting escape by those means will get Mayuri killed. So my heart tells me. Perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I think it's fairly rational right now. I've seen her die a half a dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. I can't go through that again. We take refuge in Yorobashi's camera. I thought we could keep hiding there indefinitely, but just after 7, we hear an explosion in front of the station. Okay, so you make it after 7, and there's an explosion. Yorobashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the store. When I try to explain our situation, an officer shouts, "Terrorist!" and pulls his gun. This can't be happening. We're not seriously about to get shot by a police officer, are we? Mayuri might get shot. This can't be happening. This isn't America. I mean, you're right, but Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. God, are you serious? You stupid officer. It happened so fast. So when you say you explained your situation, what was it you explained? The policeman shoots her right in the head. Not the head again. I don't know if he was a real policeman or a SERN assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri. The world line, yeah. Not even going to talk about going to lab. We're just going to jump right back. This time, I don't leap into action immediately. Instead, I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. Every time I try to save Mayuri, it ends in the worst possible way. To make matters worse, I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. Cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first, I thought it was Moeka and her hit squad sent by SERN to steal our time machine. But as I leapt back in time again and again, the cause of Mayuri's death kept changing. At Shin Ochano Mizu Station, she died because Nai pushed her off the platform. Accidentally jumped her off the station platform. SERN had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I left, she dies a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour. I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me, but who can I ask? Kurisu! Wait, no, John. Call John. Well, he hasn't been replying though. Suzu? Ask Suzu. I'm the only person in history to leap through time. No. From this history, maybe, but no. Suzu. And John. No. There's one more. John Titor. But he's not replying to my emails anymore. And he hasn't posted on @channel in days. So, go back in time to when he was. I'm not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decide not to run this time. Instead, I take a different approach. Strike first. I send Moeka an email. I need to talk to you about our time machine. Meet me alone. Actually, you said you don't care if they take the time machine, right? As long as Mayuri's safe, right? What if you just, well, what if you call her up and just say, "Here, do you want my time machine? I'm going to give it to you." And hopefully she comes up and just collects it. And then just keep Mayuri here at the party and hope nothing happens. I designate the roof of Radikan as our meeting place. The only issue with that is if she does take the time leap machine and Mayuri still dies, then we no longer have the machine. 2 weeks have passed since the satellite crashed, but it's still there and the building's still closed. At least the security has lessened, so it's easy for me to sneak in. Not that there's any sneaking to do. I just walk in through the front door, like I belong there. No one questions me. Last time I came here was for Dr. Nakabashi's presentation. Of course, on this world line, the presentation was cancelled. Naturally, there's nobody here but me. It occurs to me that this is a dangerous gambit. Moeka might have a gun, and I already know that she's willing to use it. But then, I don't intend to play fair either. We're supposed to meet at 5:30. It's just after 5. I came early in order to ambush her. I hide in the shadows and wait with bated breath. What if she shows up with her squad? About 30 minutes later, I hear the door open. Surely she would, be suspicious of this little meeting place. Of all places, why here? Why not where you first met her or something? Or near where you've met her? Moeka makes her entrance alone. She looks around restlessly. She still hasn't noticed me. Where did you get a gun? I take a gun out of my shirt. Oh, I see. It's not real. It's future gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. It's just a toy ray gun with a remote control attached. Obviously a bluff, but all I could prepare on such short notice. I run up behind Moeka and shove the bit particle gun into her back. Don't move. Hands up. Just like a Hollywood movie. But this isn't a movie. This is real. And she isn't an actress. She's a murderer. After Moeka raises her hands, I feel through her clothes. Sure enough, she's carrying a gun. Hey, well now we've got a real one. Now we actually are a threat. I take it from her and press it to Moeka's back in place of the bit particle gun. Good boy. Sorry to disappoint you. The first gun was a toy. She didn't need to know that. Talk. I know you were sent by SERN. How? How? You want to know how? My frustration and rage boil over. Because of her. Because of her, Mayuri... I came from the future. That's how. You think I'm lying? I've repeated the last several hours a half a dozen times already. I've lost count of how many times exactly. And I haven't slept at all that entire time. Strangely, I'm not tired at all. That would be if your brain and body has been awake enough. You're literally just transferring your memories to a body that is not tired. You would think the constant overwriting or the constant traveling and pain would have like mental exhaustion, but I guess technically each time it only really counts as one overwrite into the new body, I guess, and a one-time pain. I know what you're planning. Around 7, you're going to stop the trains. Moeka gasped. So it was their doing. I also know that you're planning to attack the lab, you and your men. And then, you're gonna kill Mayuri. I... Understand? I'm a time leaper. Moeka nods faintly. I could kill her now. It would be easy. I feel like she can be one of us. I want her to be redeemed, I hope. I mean, we keep going back, so technically she keeps not having committed the crime yet. Her hands are free of blood. Technically. But no. I need information. Who are you people? Rounders. Moeka answers with surprising obedience. I guess she values her own life, even though she has no problem depriving other people of theirs. That's usually how it goes. Rounders? What does that mean? How are you related to SERN? By email. No. Speak! You might as... I mean, if you want proper answers, you might as well let her email. I mean, I guess you don't want her moving around too much, moving her hands around too much, but we already felt her clothes, right? As long as she... Well, she's also probably skilled at a little bit of combat. Surely. The Rounders are an organization separate from SERN. Covert operations. We don't exist. Like a private army. No. Our mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. They send us around the world. We collect them. IBN 5100s? Which we don't even have anymore? That's right. When I met her, she was looking for an IBN 5100. These days, they're nearly impossible to find. People will pay millions just to own one. Is that because SERN has been hunting them down? So they want the only thing that's capable of decoding their secrets.
ラウンダーの規模は
How many rounders are there?
答えろ。
Answer me!
知らない。
I don't know.
また
I'm just an agent. So she's not important enough to be told.
俺が手に入れた。
Was it you who stole our IBN 5100?
やはりお前だな。
Moeka doesn't answer.
なぜ IBN 5000
Why does Sarah need IBN 5100s? To keep hackers out?
機密保持。
Maintaining secrecy. Yeah.
最も
Is the highest priority
事項だから。セルン
for SERN.
一体何が隠されている。
What are they hiding?
タイムトラベルの人体
We already know they've killed hundreds of test subjects with their time travel experiments. We didn't need an IBN 5100 to find that out. Are you saying the IBN 5100, let's go with that, database has information more sensitive than that?
知らない。
I don't know.
末端だからか。
Because you're just an agent? My tone is sarcastic, but Moeka nods. Damn. She's useless.
なぜラボを襲った。
Why did you attack the lab? Or rather, why will you attack the lab?
ではこれから襲うか。
分かっているはず。
Isn't it obvious?
セルンをハッキングしたが
Because we hacked into SERN?
理由は3つ。
3 reasons.
1つは
First,
知ったから
because of what you know,
君たちが知ってはいけないこと。
we were ordered to silence you. So SERN did know about the hacking.
それと
Second, for the time machine,
君たちが
the one you made. They want our time machine. SERN must be trying to monopolize time travel technology.
決定的だったのは
Third, the reason it happens today.
君たちが
You plan to make your time machine
そのタイ
public.
ムマシンを世間に公表しようとしたこと。
Is that future information or spying information? How does she know that? We made that decision right after the time leap machine was completed. That was only a few hours ago. Future information?
だから
That's why I was ordered
こうす
to
る。
take you in. But see, if that was future information, that would mean future SERN, where they have the working time machine, right? Why would they be struggling to successfully build it now if they're in contact with their future self? So maybe not that.
拘束。
Take us in?
マユリを殺したではな
You
いか。
killed Mayuri!
あの子は
She is unnecessary. Unnecessary. I nearly pulled the trigger. I understand, but I still want her to live.
タイムマシンを作ったのは
Okabe,
君と
Makise,
橋
Hashida. You made the time machine.
あの子は
She is
殺しても
expendable.
構わない。そう言わ
Those are my orders.
俺たちを拘束して
And after you take us
ど
in,
うするつもりだった。
what then?
セルンの施設に関係
SERN will hold you prisoner,
タイムマシンを
force you to complete their time travel research.
そうやって。
Have you done this
これ
before?
までのセルン以外の
How many lives have you ruined for SERN's research?
私は
I do as I'm told.
お前のことを一瞬でも仲間にした俺
I
が
was a
間違い
fool to consider you my friend.
セルンのため
I live for SERN. Live for... Is she like a child subject? A child soldier? Like they raised her? Like they groomed her since she was a kid? Like she's some kind of orphan or something that they took her in or kidnapped her? Because she obviously shows some feelings for us, right? The hesitation she showed before she shot Mayuri and all that. And even when she said Okabe-kun, right? I think she said Kun. But then suddenly corrected herself and said her full name when she was on the call with her, I guess, boss. So she does care. The time she spent with us was kind of special to her. I think she cared about the way we interacted with her, treated her.
FP の命令すべて
I live for FB. FB?
何でもやる
I'll do anything if FB tells me to. Is that like her handler or something of sorts? A fake father figure? FB? Is that the name of her supervisor? Maybe.
岡部君
Yeah, see, there it is. Okabe-kun.
君なの
Is it you?
ジョン・タイターは
Are you John Titor? There was a moment when I was wondering if the John Titor on @channel was us or not. Was like a future us. I did wonder that. Suzu said that this John, the one that we've been in contact with, wasn't her father, wasn't the real John. Did we go back in time to pretend to be John? But then who was the original John? If Suzu isn't our daughter, that is.
何
What? John Titor? Also, if she knows that does she know that he's been on @channel? Because if she does, then our name has also been there talking to John.
考えられない君しか
And there's no one else it could be. So she's got to think, if she thinks we're John, does she think it's our future self then? Me?
何をバカな
I don't have time for this. I dig the gun into Moika's back.
それより死にたくなかったら
If you want to live,
今すぐにお前の
you'll call your friends.
それと
Call FB.
FB とやら
Cancel the attack.
ラボ襲撃は中止
Moika shakes her head.
そんな権限
Yeah, I don't think her life matters. I think she's expendable. They're probably all expendable. I don't have the authority.
知ったことか
I don't care. Find some way to stop the attack. Otherwise,
ないと殺す
I'll kill you. I can't do it. So it's a bluff. I'm not a killer. He could probably do it if she kills Mayuri, but as long as Mayuri's alive right now, my hands are trembling. Just like Moika's were before she shot Mayuri. Why?
殺した
Why did you kill her? She was hesitating. She didn't want to pull the trigger. But she did.
お前も
You didn't want to kill her, did you? So why?
なのになんで
私は
I
従うだけ
just obey.
FB に
FB.
だったらその
Then bring that son of a bitch here! Moika shakes her head again.
だから
I don't care about your authority. If you don't do what I say,
無理なの
I can't.
FB に
I've never...
会ったことは
I've never... Don't tell me you never met them. Yeah, I knew we weren't alone. Have they just been slowly sneaking up behind me? Something hard stabs into my back. A chill runs through my body. There's someone behind me.
銃を捨てろ
Drop the gun! A man's voice. Is he with Moika?
あいつキリュウモエか
You lied, Kiryu Moika. I'm ready to pull the trigger in cold blood.
二人だけで会うと約束しただろう
We promised to meet alone! Moika doesn't answer. They probably followed her if she was telling the truth.
いいから銃を捨てろ
I said drop the gun!
タイムマシンは渡す
I'll give you the time machine.
だから
Just don't kill anyone.
だとしても
Even if you do that, Even though I'm still pointing the gun at her, Moeka steps away and turns to face me. Her eyes are cold, her expression unreadable.
監禁して
You'll still be held prisoner.
二度と出されない
Forever. Moeka takes the gun from my hand. I'm unable to resist.
頼む
Please.
君のことを謝るから
I'm sorry about the hacking. Just please,
殺さないでくれ
don't kill anyone. Something strikes the back of my head. My legs give out instantly, sending me to the ground. Darkness creeps in.
ターゲット B を確保。開始を頼む。
Target B in custody. Requesting pickup. Deep down, I knew. I can't save Mayuri. Even if Moeka's group doesn't kill her, someone or something else will. Let me drink some water. The world itself wants her dead. That is the choice of Steins Gate. What was it Spider-Man called? The canon event, I think. It's a canon event. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Steins Gate? There's no such thing. Those words have no meaning. It's just some nonsense I made up to sound cool. Steins Gate doesn't exist, but fate does. Fate, God, the will of the universe, an absolute force that no one can resist. It exists, and it has sentenced Mayuri to death. I wake up in the back of a station wagon. The windows are coated with black film, so I can't tell where we are. I feel a throbbing pain in the back of my head. My hands are tied behind me. What time is it? How long have I been unconscious? In other words, is it after 7? There's a man with me inside the car. I recognize him from a previous time leap. He's the one who stabbed Mayuri in the taxi. So let's go ahead and just headbutt him for the fun of it. The man seems to have noticed I've woken up, but he doesn't speak. He just waves his gun menacingly, as if to say that there's no hope of escape. The dashboard clock reads 7:30. Oh boy. I look out the window again. Through the film, I managed to make out a street sign. We're close to the lab. Oh no. Has the attack already happened? Before I left, I told everyone, including Mayuri, to run. If she did as I said, she won't die by their hands. Are you... What about the part where there were men all over the place? Watching everywhere. Like, where would she even run to? Like, what exactly did you say to them? But that doesn't mean she's safe. Okay. True. As long as you know that. If I don't do something, Moeka's going to take the time leap machine away. What will happen then? SERN can have the machine, if it will save Mayuri. The problem is that it won't. Not when the world itself is determined to kill her. As long as the time leap machine remains in my hands, I can keep trying to fix things. I'll leap again and again until I find a way to save her. But if I lose the machine, then the future is decided. A future without Mayuri. I have to get to it before they do, even if that means I might get shot. As long as I survive to reach the time leap machine, everything will be alright. Okay. My bound hands limit me to headbutts and kicks, but I somehow managed to knock down the man guarding me and escape. My chest and neck are covered with blood. Must have been shot during the struggle, but thanks to the adrenaline pumping through my body, I barely feel any pain. I can still move. That's all that matters. I run up the stairs with my hands still tied. I can only pray that I'll be able to operate the time leap machine quickly enough. Probably. I just hope we don't find her dead body up there. Mayuri, Kurisu, and Daru are in the... Of course they are. So are Moeka and her men. When I open the door and burst in, everyone looks at me in surprise. Any chance she would have survived this if not for us bursting in? When she sees my tattered body, Mayuri runs up to me with tears in her eyes. Wait. I try to stop her. She's gonna get shot, isn't she? In the corner of my eye, I see Moeka take aim at Mayuri. I try to put myself between them. I try to cover Mayuri with my body. But a man grabs me from behind and pulls me back. God. I watch, helpless as Mayuri's tiny body drops to the floor. Her eyes, wide and wet with tears, seem to stare into mine. But I can see that they have already lost their light. She's gone. You know what? At this point, we might as well just calmly walk over to the time leap machine. Who's gonna stop us? Let's be for real here. Again. Again. Again! What happens next is the same as before. Suzuha defeats the Rounders, and Kurisu helps me time leap. A flood of sound beats on my eardrums. When it subsides, I find myself again in the lab. It's just before 5. I have 2.5 hours before Mayuri dies. I find myself staring at the time leap machine. This thing is the reason for Moeka's attack. If only we had never built the phone wave. So I was going to say, what if we just leapt back in time before... Well, actually, I was going to say, what if we leapt back in time before hacking? Before even meeting Kiryu and making sure we don't meet her. Because we're the ones who talked to her about an IBN. We attracted her attention to us. We need to get rid of any messages that message... Like, we need to never message anything about an IBN and never talk to anyone about it. We already know where one is. We can either just leave it there and let no one ever find it, or we can grab it ourselves secretly and do what we need to do, but just... If only we had never sent those emails. Perhaps the future might be different, instead of the nightmare it promises now. Would anything change if I broke it? Just smashed it to pieces right here? In a rush of delirium, I grab a chair and lift it high over my head. Just as I'm about to bring it crashing down on this infernal machine, a voice cries out. Is it Kurisu? Stop! Okabe! What are you doing? Kurisu grabs my arm and pulls me back. Are you trying to break the machine? You don't have to break it, Okabe. We already decided not to experiment, remember? Just tell her the truth. Anyway, put the chair down. I lower the chair slowly. Not because Kurisu told me to, but because I realized what would happen if I really did break the machine. It caused, or will cause, Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it is also my only chance of averting that future. If I lose it, I lose my only hope of saving her. The fear of that outcome stayed my hand. You look pale. What's wrong? Are you listening? I can't deal with this. Not now. Wait! I flee from the lab. I don't have a particular destination in mind. People look at me strangely as I shuffle down the street. I imagine I must look like I crawled up from the grave. Soon I get fed up with the crowd around the station and escape to the pedestrian overpass. I get about halfway across the bridge and squat down on the concrete. The giant screen on the UPX building is advertising some gothic punk band. The ticker at the bottom displays today's weather forecast along with the date and time. I realize that today is Friday the 13th. Same. Is there no way to get through today without Mayuri dying? It's already 5:30. 2 hours until the attack. The lights around Akihabara Station turn on one by one as the sun sets. The moe might be gone from Akiba, but the area around the station is still as posh as ever. I don't belong here. The bridge I'm sitting on has become a date spot for couples. I see them standing here and there, gazing at the cityscape with their arms wound around each other. Somehow, they never seem to tire of the dull, unchanging scenery. What am I doing here? Mayuri's about to die. Hey, don't you think you're a little old to be sitting on the ground in public? I lift my head and see Kurisu standing there. So this is where you went. I've been looking for you.
No. Christina.
Christina. What? What time is it now?
5時38分
5:38. Hey, if you have time to sit around, then you can help me with the shopping. Shopping. Oh, right. Preparations for the party. In the original timeline, I went shopping with Kurisu at the UPX supermarket. And then we talked on this bridge, just like now. It feels like so long ago. Back then, I had no idea what was about to happen. Well, are you gonna come along or not? I sighed deeply. I don't believe that it was wrong to time leap. However, Kurisu. I keep my eyes lowered. That's the first time you've said my name properly. I feel her eyes on me. Help me. I can't save Mayuri alone. Should have thought of this sooner. I realize that now. Reliving today again and again, only to taste the same despair each time, has taught me one important lesson. Alone, I am powerless. So Suzu said that Kurisu works for SERN. Could this be why? That she works for SERN? Eventually? Alone, I have no hope. Help me. Tell me what happened. I know you used the time leap machine. What? I look up in surprise. Kurisu doesn't meet my stare. Instead, she leans on the guardrail and gazes down at the plaza with her usual frown. You get a phone call, and suddenly you're like a different person. It was obvious. I came from 3 hours in the future. Technically. 3 hours again and again. What happened? They killed Mayuri. I lower my head, trying to hold back the tears. Then I explained about SERN and Moeka, and about how Kurisu herself activated the time leap machine and made this possible. I tell her about my previous leaps. I explain that the world itself wants Mayuri dead, that I can't save her no matter how hard I try. I keep talking for 30 minutes straight. During that time, Kurisu hardly says a word. Oh, hey, Aruma. Welcome in. Thanks for your daily check-in. How are you today, Aruma? It's all my fault. Hello, Aruma. Talking to Kurisu lets me sort out everything I've done. Everything I've seen. I shouldn't have told Daru to hack SERN. Doing good, just finished Valo. How are you? A little bit sleepy, but I'm good. I am doing alright. I shouldn't have asked you to build a time machine. I shouldn't have made Moeka a lab mem. Mayuri's death is all my fault. That's why I needed to bear the burden myself. I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up. Who's a guy? Who? You're talking about, this person in front of us? Kurisu? Kurisu's a girl. That's a chest. You mean the actual voice actors? Right now, we're the ones talking in our head. Hold on. When we get to her speaking, I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up. And yet, my resolve has already crumbled. See, this is her. That's her speaking. You hear a guy speaking, that's us. If you know that Mayuri's going to die, then what are you doing wasting time here? Kurisu's tone is haughty. Is this how I sound when I'm playing Hyo and Kiyoma? I just don't get it anymore. See, that was the guy. That's us. What don't you get? How to save Mayuri. Based on what you said, I guess the chronology protection conjecture is true. Chronology protection conjecture is true. No matter what I do, Mayuri dies. And that's why you keep time leaping. There's no guarantee that the machine is safe, you know. Kurisu lowers her gaze and cups her chin, as she often does when assessing a problem. Even if the machine works perfectly, repeated use may have serious side effects. Well, we're already about half a dozen or more. For example, you may become disconnected from causality itself. What's the goal? So our goal right now, so at this point, one of the girls, Mayuri, the innocent looking one, the ditzy one, has been shot in the head the first time. So we time leap back to the past to prevent that, only to have her get run over by a car, and then get hit by a train, and then get shanked in a taxi, and just keep dying one again and again. And we are trying to figure out how to make it so that she doesn't die. Because it seems like it's become a fixed point where she just dies, no matter what. No matter where we go, where we are, no matter how it happens, she dies. We're trying to figure out if there's anything we can do to change that fixed point. And we're finally talking to Kurisu about it. Death is bestowed upon her, yeah, pretty much. You need to understand the risk if you're going to continue. Disconnected from causality? Meaning... It happens all the time in sci-fi. You'll become trapped in a closed time loop. Never aging, never dying. but doomed to repeat the same day for all eternity. That's kind of already happened. We keep, like, the taxi one. We were so far away from the lab in the taxi one, and we literally just walked all the way back to the lab where the time leap machine was still there, untouched, untaken by the bad guys that want it, and we time leaped. Every time Mayuri dies, we just we basically just calmly make our way back to the lab, dazed out of it, and just safely make it back and use the thing. No one stops us at that point. So we're already stuck in the closed time loop. Worst case, you may cease to exist entirely. What? Every trace of your existence will vanish. Nobody will remember you, because your life will have never happened. I lose my mind if I'm stuck in a time loop? Yeah. Leaping through time is that dangerous. How would you know? That's just theory. Humans are temporal beings. Kurisu looks surprised. Heidegger, I was thinking of that quote too. You're the one who said it to us. I heard it from you first. When? This isn't the first time I've leaped. Right. Of course. Kurisu squats next to me, thinking deeply. If what you said is true, then I want to save Mayuri too. But as the co-creator of the time leap machine, I can't recommend its continued use. Will you listen to my advice? I can't do it alone. I know that now. I need your help. I have to save Mayuri. I can't do it alone, but together, we might have a chance. I need to believe that. How about locking her in a room free from any harm gadgets? I thought of that too. Like, I was thinking, what if we just take the time leap machine, stand outside, wait for Moeka, and just keep Mayuri inside the lab, or tell her to go stay home while we're here with the time leap machine and just give it over. But it feels like, I feel like something will strike the building and the building will collapse on her or something. Some satellite will come crashing down. Please, lend me your strength. Kurisu sighs. You're such a stubborn fool. What you've been through, I'm surprised it hasn't broken you already. Incredibly, she sounds concerned about me. She looks at me for a moment, then turns away as if embarrassed. Here, one moment. Let me... Okay. Aw, yeah. I'll help. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she kind of likes him. I don't think she has much experience with peers of her age, especially ones that are nice. Crash through Cairo's roof with a clone of Cairo as a snowboard. You really like the snowboard one, don't you? Fair enough. Welcome in, Shiro. How are you today? Let me give you a shout out. Shiro Gane Ryu. I spelled it wrong. What did I miss? Oh, that's what I did. Damn it. Let me try that again. Shiro Gane Ryu. There we go. So the wrong I did. I'm sorry. I switched the what? The R and the I? Yeah. My bad.
マユリは大切な仲間。
Mayuri's my friend, and a fellow lab mem.
それに、
And besides,
そんな辛そうな
I don't want to see you in such pain.
見てる。
すまない。
I'm sorry.
謝らないでよ。
Don't apologize.
岡部。
Remember when I told you about my
私の
father?
父親のことで
You really helped me out back then.
だから。
Now it's my turn to return the favor.
あんたの力になりたい。
I want to be your strength. Her father. Do we know? I don't remember. Do we know who her father is? We do, right? Yeah, we know it's a known scientist guy, right? I'm trying to remember. Because we know about her. She's in magazines and stuff. I'm trying to remember if he said anything about her being the daughter of anyone. I feel like he did, didn't he? Because now I'm starting to wonder, I did something scuff again, or the same, or the one from Sato's promotion tab. The daughter of Cairo. I am wondering if she's from the future. I don't know. But supposedly she makes phone calls. Who's she making phone calls to in this time? So surely, I don't know. Now I'm just suspicious of anyone coming from the future.
それで、一緒に
Besides, you still have to come with me to Aomori. She smiles a wry but gentle smile, as if I were her mischievous younger brother. I know you're going to leap no matter what I say. You are a mad scientist, after all. And mad scientists play by their own rules. Correct? Shiro would know, right, Shiro? Our own little mad scientist. I make the scuff into a short. Hey, aren't you supposed to go mwahahaha or something?
そうだな。
Yeah. Why do I even try? Kurisu is right. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. Kurisu stands up and looks at her watch. There's not much time. I think you should have a clear plan before trying to change the future again.
つまり、
Meaning?
今からもっと前の時間
Leap to an even earlier time. That's what I'm saying! That's what I've been saying.
そこで改めて
Then explain the situation to me again. Probably is going to be the most scuffles cover ever? Oh, okay. Interesting. That should be fun to see then. I'm looking forward to it. Kurisu's right. My actions so far have been almost entirely random. And look where that's gotten me. I need a real plan if I'm going to save Mayuri.
行こう
Well, let's go. Kurisu stretches out her hand. I grasp it and pull myself up. Mayuri and Daru are already back when we return to the lab. Suzuha is there too. To get rid of them, Kurisu and I explained that we forgot to do the shopping. So could they please take care of it for us? Okay, good. I have to cough up the money to convince them to go, but it works. We'll get the money back anyway. I understand why you can't tell Mayuri, but why can't you tell Hashida?
必要になったら話す。
I'll tell him when it's necessary. For now, it's not. And I don't have time to explain. You have plenty of time. You have all the time in the world. While Kurisu sets up the machine, I head downstairs. Pull the lever? Oh, yes, we will. We will. I head downstairs to the Braun workshop, kick the door open, and turn on the 42-inch CRT. See, this is us turning on the lever, the CRT, because we need it to time travel. That went more smoothly than I anticipated. It's highly illegal, of course, but I'll leap long before the cops get here. Kurisu looks shocked when I return to the lab.
住居侵入罪で逮捕される
They'll
わよ
throw you in the slammer for breaking an entry.
どうせ過去に戻れば
In a few seconds, it won't have happened. Kurisu hands me the headgear and I put it on.
そっかあんたの主観じ
I
ゃそう
see.
なるわけだ
That's how it looks from your perspective. Yeah. Oh, right. Technically, we're transferring just the memories, right? So we're leaving behind... It's just a copy of our memories going back to the past. So we're leaving this behind, so we're in trouble. This us is going to be in trouble. This is basically the same as like, as Soma. Where it was a horror game where they were trying to figure out how to, like, copy, like, the brain scans, like, to copy memories and stuff. And to kind of have that to implant. And in the game, like, you're a test subject, volunteering to have them do that to you, to copy your memories. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you wake up in some weird, dark lab, dystopian lab thing. And it turns out that you aren't actually your memories of yourself inside some robot. And at some point, you have to do it again, copy your memories onto a new body, and you think you're transferring yourself, but then you're still in the body, and you see the other body wake up. And it explained to you that, no, you're just making a copy of yourself. This you still exists. It's kind of like that.
私の主観だとどうなるんだろう
What does it look like from my perspective?
ここは
What happens here after you leap?
そのデータもすぐに取れる
You'll know soon enough. Yeah, she's an accomplice. My consciousness travels to the past. That I know from experience. But what about the body I leave behind? If time is a straight line, then it's likely that the present will be reconstructed based on my actions in the past. Hopefully. But if the many worlds interpretation holds, then after I leave, this world will continue on as if nothing happened. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, but now I don't really care. All that matters is saving Mayuri. Kurisu's fingers stopped typing on the keyboard.
どうした
What's wrong?
うん
It's
考えた
nothing.
ら
I was just
思考が
thinking,
ループしちゃって
D メールのような状態になる
maybe it works like a D-mail? The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Well, it changes around you. For all we know, you're just leaping your mind into a world where that change has taken place because you're aware of the change. I don't know. Thanks to reading Steiner, only I remember what it was like before the change.
その方が楽だけど
That would make things easier, though I kind of hope you're wrong.
データを観測できないから
Because you can't collect data if you can't record the change?
そういうこと
Exactly. Kurisu nods and begins tinkering with the settings again.
転送先は5時間前にしておいた
I set the destination to 5 hours
午
ago.
後1時40
You should arrive around 1:40 p.m. That's not... We've done 6 hours. That's not enough.
覚えてる 私がタイム
I
リープ
completed the
マシン
time
を
leap
完成
machine
さ
just
せたの
after
に
2.
2時過
Do
ぎ
you
だ
remember? Oh? Wait a minute. Barely. For Kurisu, what happened only 5 hours ago? That happened only 5 hours ago. For me, it feels like weeks. Maybe it has been weeks.
時間にルーズな男は嫌われる
Nobody likes a man who can't remember dates. Well, sorry!
感謝しなさいよ
Be thankful that I make a habit of checking the time.
何時に
I
何
have a
が
pretty good idea what
結構
happened
覚えて
when.
るの
Kurisu finishes typing and turns to face me.
いい岡部
Listen,
タイムリ
Okabe.
ープマシンを使う
If you're going to keep using the time leap
これだけは
machine,
覚えておいて
there's one thing you must remember.
携帯電話は
Don't let go of your
絶対
phone.
に手放さないこと
Ever. It's your
それがあんたの
lifeline.
生命線
Your destination
特殊
marker.
場指定のマーカーなのそれさえ持ち続けていればどの時間へも跳躍はできる
As long as you keep it with you, you can leap to any time you want.
でももし
But if you lose your phone, if someone else gets a hold of it, then if I leap to that time, my memories could overwrite theirs. I don't want to imagine what might happen next.
あるいは
If it breaks, or the battery dies, then I won't be able to leap to that time. So we should probably take note to time, like she does. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number. But there will still be a period of time to which I can never leap. The time leap will fail. Once again, never let go of your phone.
了解だ。
Got it. After you leap back to this afternoon, just sit tight and don't do anything until I complete the time leap machine. If you accidentally prevent me from completing the machine, it will likely wreak havoc with the timeline. As soon as I finish, declare that we will not experiment, then send everyone home. Ask me to stay. Tell me the truth. If you say you came from the future, I'll probably believe you. Probably? I'm gonna need something stronger than probably.
なんでわかる？
How do you know? Who knows me better than myself? Sure. Kurisu grins faintly and stands up after she's done typing. But see, the problem with that is, it's not her trusting herself, it's her trusting me about trusting herself. And I'm a chunie. Or have acted like a chunie anyway. Apparently it was intentional because of a thing with Mayuri, but still, I act like a chunie. And it's hard for people to take me seriously, so will she believe me? And don't forget, it was my mad skills that turned the phone wave into a time leap machine. When you told me about your time leap, I took it as proof that my theories were right. I was happy it succeeded. I really was. I didn't doubt it was true for a second. I feel like you slightly did. I see. And just to be safe, I should probably give you a passphrase. Yes, please do. What I want the most right now is my own fork. Ah? What? It doesn't mean anything, okay? It does. It totally does. 100%. You want your own fork? I already have my own spoon. Wait, that doesn't matter. Everything's ready. Now get out of here. I nod and call up the phone wave named subject to change. We're pulling the lever, Shiro. Be careful. And remember, I'm always on your side. It's only been a few weeks. Why are you always on my side already? Kurisu touches my shoulder, then steps away. Either she likes me, or there's something more to it. Either she's come to like me, or there's something more to it. I lie back on the sofa, with my phone in my hand. Needles in my brain. A whining in my ears. These sensations never get any easier to endure. I look at the clock. It's about 1:45. There's a high school baseball game on TV. In about 15 minutes, Kurisu will finish the time leap machine. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait. As the pain in my brain subsides, I realize that my head is throbbing. Why? Oh, have we done this too many times? Oh, I remember. Right before this, I had an argument with Mr. Braun in which he introduced... Oh, thankfully it's just that. Which he introduced his fist to my skull. Mayuri is at her sewing machine, working on her costume. Daru is at his computer, collecting moe artwork from the internet. Kurisu is in the development room, upgrading the time leap machine. I sit, motionless, as the minutes tick by. Suddenly, The sound of the sewing machine stops. Ocarine, Ocarine, can you come here? Mayuri shows me her costume. Can you hold this for me? Spread it out like flap. Mayushi, say flap again. Flap. That's clearly not what she said, but I'm just gonna go with what it says here in English. I got a flap. Okay, someone throw this guy out. Stop it, perv. I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves. Okay, thanks. Mayuri looks a little tired. She was working on this costume all night. But then she smiles, brighter than the sun. All done. I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember. I finished before Chris-chan. We were racing. You win, Mayuri. Congratulations. But I'm finished too. Kurisu finishes connecting the two cords she's holding. Complete. Alright. That's my cue. We're not experimenting. Crap. Was that too soon? I just finished and you're already shutting it down? What have I been doing these past 3 days? Time leaping presents a host of problems. I want to consider them all carefully. Huh? That's an unusually respectable opinion coming from you. Hey, maybe this is why she believes us. We're acting too respectable. Too sane. Too reasonable. Problems? I thought it was done. I'll explain later. Everyone's tired, so let's go home. We're not gonna have a party to celebrate? We'll do that another day. I managed to convince Daru and Mayuri to leave. I lend Mayuri my phone charger, since we use the same brand of phone, so that her phone doesn't die this time. Kurisu tries to go home too, but I quietly keep her back. What? Are you upset? Yeah. Probably because I shot her down right after she finished the time leap machine. She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications. I came from 5 hours in the future. Kurisu spears me with a piercing glare. As long as we look as serious as possible and don't do our maniacal laugh. Is that supposed to be funny? Her narrowed eyes make me believe that looks can kill. Don't glare like that. This isn't right. You're supposed to believe me. You didn't say the passphrase, idiot. What made you think I'd believe something like that? You told me so. 5 hours from now, okay? Don't be ridiculous. I would never make such a baseless projection. See, this is what I was talking about. She's not going to trust us. So that's why we need the passphrase. Say it. Remember the passphrase. I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu. I think she was just trying to convince you to just do it. If this is how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word. Okay, do it. When I told you about my time leap, you said, not that one. I took it as proof that my theories were right. I didn't doubt it was true for a second. Don't forget, it was my mad skills that turned the phone wave into a time leap machine. I don't talk like that. Well, okay, thank you. What you want most right now is your own fork. Oh, were there no forks in here? I was thinking if maybe this was like something from her past or something, but is that just what's going on now? What? Karisu's face suddenly turns red. You already have your own spoon, apparently. She said that? I'm gonna kill myself 5 hours from now. I don't think that gets back at her. I think that just offs you. She appears genuinely shocked, for some reason, but I'm pretty sure she believes me now. It feels like someone peeked into my heart. And that someone is Okabe, of all people. What does she think I'm going to do? But I think I believe you. Tell me the details. I explain everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time. I see. If what you say is true, then we have a serious problem. There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then. Future me said that the chronology protection conjecture holds, but I don't think that's quite right. Why? That conjecture says that according to quantum theory, time travel is impossible due to the danger of disrupting causality. But when you time leap, there's no chance of a time paradox occurring. Two of me don't exist at the same time, and I can't bring anything with me to the past. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe. So at the very least, time leaping can't cause a grandfather paradox. So I was right. The universe itself is censoring me, correcting any changes I try to make. If that's true, then time leaping can't save Mayuri. Nothing you do will change the result. I can't accept that. Neither can I. The world is trying to kill Mayuri. As a scientist, I refuse to believe such nonsense. Well, who says that can't be scientific? What about the many worlds interpretation? I just need to observe the world where Mayuri doesn't die. The many worlds interpretation. That might have something to do with how Mayuri means of death keeps changing. But it's supposed to be impossible for parallel worlds to observe each other. Why are you different? Because of my Esper power. Reading Steiner. You're still holding on to that one? This is no time for your Chunibiu nonsense. There's no other explanation. You've mentioned that reading Steiner thing before. Were you actually serious? Why would I make up something like that? Because you did. Our D-mail experiments prove that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess, as far as you know. I don't know, but I don't want to rely on something that may not even exist. Anyway, you can't control which possibilities you observe. Even if the many worlds interpretation holds true, it's unreasonable to expect that you'll ever find a world where Mayuri doesn't die. Wait, we're not getting anywhere. Instead of analyzing what I've done, let's think about what we can do. Time leaping won't change the result. I just said that. Then what do we do? Calm down. How can I calm down? Do you know how many times I've seen Mayuri die? Covered in blood? Gasping for breath? The light fading from her eyes? Again! Again! And again!
ていることしか
And all I could do
できなかった。
was watch. I hear my teeth grinding in my skull, recalling that despair, that feeling of utter powerlessness. It makes me want to lash out at everything within reach.
感情に身を任せてたって。
Getting emotional won't solve anything.
当事者じゃないからそんなに
You're only calm because you weren't there.
そうね。
True.
私には5時間
I don't know what happens 5 hours from now. To be honest, it doesn't feel real at all.
実感が湧かない。でも、あんたの
But it's not like I don't believe you.
岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
You have to stay strong, Okabe. Harisu pats my arm. Her hand is warm and her touch is gentle. How American of her.
悪かった。
Should that just be an American thing? That was a comforting thing. Guess I don't know. Sorry. She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down.
そもそも原因が違うのに
What I don't understand is how the cause can change, but the effect can stay the same. Literally, John Titor said this. Talked about this.
因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
It's like causality itself is broken.
マユリの死の原因は
Maybe Kiryu Moeka shooting her isn't the real cause of her death. And maybe it's something larger and less obvious. For example, maybe she dies because we invented a time machine, or because SERN discovered our hacking. That's what I'm wondering. If that's the cause, then it doesn't really matter how she dies. Causality remains intact.
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるの。それで説明できるのか。
Can that theory explain why Nai pushed her in front of a train? Oh, right. Anyway, the principle of causality is absolute. Deny that, and you deny all of physics. There must be a distinct cause for Mayuri's death.
その原因さえわからない。
So if we figure out what it is,
なるかも。
then maybe we can save her. Not necessarily.
どういうことだ。
What do you mean? The problem is, when the casual event occurred, if it happened too far in the past, then there's nothing we can do.
タイムリープマシンがあるから。
But I can travel to any time I had a cell phone, can't I?
どこへでも戻れるはずだろ。
So what she's saying is, if the cause was before then, no, it's still theoretical. But I believe that one leap with our machine has a maximum range of 48 hours. Oh, that's unfortunate. 48 hours. I can only go back 2 days?
なぜ今さらそんなことを。
Why didn't you tell me that before? Before what? I just finished the time leap machine, remember? Couldn't we go back 48 hours before she invented it and just tell her how to invent it? I mean, it took her 3 days. Couldn't we, like, try to memorize notes or something and just try to write them all down? Hopefully, so that she can get through it quicker? Shorter time, and then just, like, go back 2 days again and do it again and again? That would take so long. That's true.
5時間後のお前も。
Future, you didn't say anything about it either. Oh, so that's what you mean. Maybe she just didn't have the chance.
で、48時間しか。
So how come I can only leap 48 hours? I don't know. Even I don't understand everything that's going on inside that thing. But you can do consecutive leaps. That is, as long as the time leap machine exists. For example, if the time leap machine remains functional for 10 straight years, you could leap back to this moment 10 years from now. And perhaps use our name John Titor? Of course. It would take a total of 1,825 leaps. So I don't recommend it. Still, it's theoretically possible.
だったら何も問題は。
Then what's the problem?
大あり。言ったでしょ
Weren't you listening?
タイムリープマシンが存在している
I said,
限り
as long as the time leap machine exists.
あのマシンはいつ完成した
When was the machine completed? Ah,
そう。ほんの
Exactly.
1時間前
an hour ago.
2010
August 13th,
8月13
2010.
日の
2
午後1時
p.m.
ぐらい
or thereabouts.
それ以前には
It didn't exist before then.
マシンを使うのは
It's impossible to use the machine before 2 p.m. today.
つまり、
Oh,
過去
so...
方向を言えば
Wait, no, we did. It's impossible to use it again after we've gone further back because it doesn't exist back then. We'd have to, as I said, invent it again. So what you're saying is... Count 48 hours back.
8月11日の
I can't go back further than 2 p.m. on the 11th? Oh, hang on. I gotta ban another best viewers comment. Kurisu nods, her expression grave.
おそらく
Most likely.
改良できないのか。
Can't you improve it?
将来的にできるかもしれないけど
Eventually,
今
maybe.
のこの状況
But
じゃ
certainly not now.
もっときちんとした設備のあるところで
I need a real laboratory, with real equipment.
きちんとしたパーツを
It
使え
would
ば
be
なん
expensive,
とかなるかもしれない
which means we'd need sponsors. Like SERN? Like joining SERN?
それをやろうとしても
And if we go looking, I'm pretty sure SERN would crush us. So join SERN. Because Suzu says that she works for SERN.
未来の私かあんたが
I'd say that that's proven by the fact that neither you nor I have left here from the far future yet. As far as you know, well, they haven't done like a mind time leap, but maybe they built an actual time machine. So basically,
結局
we can't do anything.
ことではないか。タイムリープマシンがあっても
Even with the time leap machine, we can't stop SERN from killing Mayuri 5 hours from now?
避けられないのかよ。
Uh-oh. The window was open. At that moment, I hear a sound from outside the window. What? Is it Moeka? Did she overhear us? I dash to the window and look down at the street. Suzu. It's Suzuha. Her bicycle has fallen over, and she's scurrying to pick it up. Our eyes meet.
あいつ
Huh? So, can you please talk to her? Why does she look so pale? Because she knows. Her lips move slightly. Speak up, Suzu. Come on. Speak up. It looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here.
おい
Hey! No, don't you... Girl? I call out to Suzuha, but she leaps on her bike and zips away. Oh, we're never catching her. She's acting strange. Oh wait, call her. I smell a conspiracy. We should just... Do we have her number? We do! Just call her! Click! Moeka was a spy. Could Suzuha be the same? Not so much a spy, but almost, in a way. It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuha has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moeka has. She's openly hostile towards Kurisu. She was able to take down SERN's hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. She said it was John. Could he be the John Titor who's been posting on the internet? What is the meaning of the name Beryl Titor? Instinct tells me that she knows something, so go after her. I dash out of the lab.
ちょっとどこ
Hey,
行くの
Where are you going? I know I don't have much chance of catching her on foot, but I have to try. Man, he's getting a workout. Although he keeps resetting back to a new body, so the workout is pointless, but there's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. According to my memories of the future, Suzuha is supposed to remain at the Brawn 2 workshop until 6:30 this evening. But when she overheard me talking to Kurisu, she suddenly took off like a bat out of hell. This has to mean something. You know what? It's been 3 hours, 10 minutes, and I know that these chapters are really long. I think I will go ahead and call it here. Oh, I didn't even see you, Batman Guy. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're still here, but Bat Signal, welcome in, Batman Guy. Thanks for popping in. Always appreciate it. Always good to see you. But I think I will call it here for now. And I will pick this up next. I don't know if I'll play this Saturday, because today is... I mean, it's past midnight, so technically today is Friday. It's Friday the 13th, so I'm kind of thinking of maybe playing a horror game rather than some adventure game like I usually do. And since I'm playing a horror game on Sunday, I'm feeling like I wonder if I should make it a horror weekend, so I don't know if I'll play this on Saturday. So it's either Saturday or next Thursday. Not sure yet. But I'm going to go ahead and... You know what? I'll save first. Save first, and then I'll find someone to raid. Let's see. Who do we got? Hang on, let me see. Normally I raid someone who knows I'm a streamer, or someone I think knows. But let's go ahead and raid one of my streamers that doesn't know. Why not? Why not? We'll go with Wolf Sister. Let me get the raid message for followers. That's the raid message for followers. Raid message for subs. Copy. Paste. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone who was in chat and those who were lurking. I appreciate it like always. Always good to have you guys with me. I hope you all have a good morning, day, or night, whatever time it is for you guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.